Let's talk about Christian prayer. For literally thousands of years, it's been this direct line for people seeking comfort, strength, and just a little bit of guidance. But in our crazy, fast paced world, you gotta wonder, what role does this ancient practice actually play today? We're gonna explore its deep roots, and you'll see its surprising relevance right now. So here's our game plan. We'll start with the fundamental power of prayer itself. Then we're going to trace its ancient roots, explore how it creates this transformative connection for people and whole communities, see how it's evolved from rosaries to, phone apps, and finally, we'll wrap up by looking at its enduring legacy. All right, first up, the power of prayer. What does it actually mean to tap into this incredible source of strength? Let's get into it. I mean, who hasn't, right? It's just a universal human thing. That moment when you're looking for something more, a little bit of peace, maybe some direction when life just gets messy. For so many people, this is exactly where the practice of prayer begins. And at its very core, that's what Christian prayer is all about. It's a way to communicate. It's not just about, talking at something. It's about a two-way connection with God that provides three really essential things: comfort, strength, and guidance. But where did this powerful practice even come from? Well, that takes us right into our second section, digging into the ancient roots that form the very foundation of this faith. See, prayer isn't some new idea. It's woven right into the fabric of Scripture. The Psalms, for instance, are basically an ancient prayer book. They're just filled with everything: praise, desperate pleas for help, all that raw human emotion, all directed toward God. And it's that honesty, I think, that's made them stick around for millennia. And you can really see a clear progression here. It all starts back in the biblical era with foundational texts like the Psalms. Then you move into the apostolic era, and the early church leaders start to build on that foundation, creating this incredible library of devotional writings. And eventually, this all solidifies into the daily life of the early church, where reciting these prayers and scriptures becomes this central, grounding practice for everyone. So, okay, we've got this rich history, but what's the actual impact on people? That brings us to section 3, looking at prayer as a truly transformational connection and how it really shapes lives. Now, that's a simple statement, but it has some really profound implications. The practice isn't just about saying words. It's about inviting real, tangible change into a person's life and their whole perspective. So, how does that actually work? While this transformation really seems to rest on two main pillars. First, there's the personal guidance, that quiet internal experience of feeling God's presence and finding some clarity for your own path. And then, second, there's community solidarity. Prayer plugs you into this huge global community of believers, creating this powerful sense of unity and shared encouragement. So it's both deeply personal and widely communal at the same time. But you have to ask, how has a practice so ancient managed to stay relevant? That leads us right into section 4, and this fascinating journey of devotion, from rosaries to apps. These right here, these are some of the heavy hitters, the cornerstones of Christian devotion. They're timeless, structured prayers that have guided believers for centuries. From the beautiful liturgy of St. John Chrysostom to the daily rhythm of the Rosary and the Liturgy of the Hours, these devotions provide a really clear framework for connecting with God. And you can see this really cool evolution. It starts with those ancient liturgies, right? The bedrock of formal worship. This then leads to structured devotions for everyday life. And now we've made the leap into the digital age. Things like prayer apps and podcasts aren't replacing the old ways. They're just making these powerful traditions accessible to anyone, anywhere in the world, right in their pocket. So all of this, the history, the transformation, the evolution, it all leads us to our final section, an enduring legacy, and how this rich heritage is still so important today. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. Despite all the massive cultural and technological shifts we've been through, prayer is still this constant, vital force. It's like an unbroken thread connecting the very earliest believers to someone right now downloading a prayer app on their phone. And that leaves us with a final question to chew on. In an age of constant digital noise, notifications, and endless scrolling, what can an ancient tradition of quiet, focused, spiritual connection truly offer us? The answer might be more relevant than it's ever been.